I did not have to make a video about this, but I'm gonna have to. So there's gonna be a Boris for Hire video addressing about this same situation coming out in a few hours. So I would highly recommend you check that video out though, because I'm gonna be mentioning what I'm gonna be mentioning right now is also gonna be mentioned at the end of my Boris for Hire video that's premiering later on today. So um when you since all of you just made it onto the premiere just now, I do really appreciate it though, because I have a lot to explain about. Oh, this is gonna be hard to explain, so go ahead. So I woke so it also so last Wednesday, which was the 22nd, one of my friends blocked me on Discord. Um, blocked me on Discord. I will not be saying his name or anything. I'm not gonna be saying his username. But the main reason why he blocked me is mainly because for what I've been putting him through for the past couple of because of what I've been putting him through for the past year. I mean, last year I accidentally said his first and last name on last year back in November. I said his first and last name on a Google Hangouts when Google Hangouts was still a thing. Even though me and him already made up from that. And this was back on November 2nd. I did, however, make a video about this, but I'm gonna have to private that video after. I'm gonna have to like private that video after I get this video out, and and then earlier in the year, um, I wasn't taking, which was like around July or August of last year. I was not taking his advice at all. Like I said I was, but I wasn't taking his advice at all. I kept on claiming that I was taking his advice, but for some reason I wasn't. Um, then, back in, and also during that same month, I got him and another friend in trouble and blaming them for the reason why I got that hate base on the 13th when that wasn't the case, which caused me to make a video or two about it, which one of them was like a dance video for a birthday video for GoTube, even though I'm not gonna go into that. And then days later, I was removed from a, and then that also during that same, and then let's start over. Let's start over. So on 1 week after I got a hate base, um, on November, most of you already know that I got a hate base in November for what I said about Steven, and then for talking smack about my mom days later. And then a week or two later, which was on November 22nd, 2020, yeah, 2020, I joined a Google Meet call with all of my friends. Um, and then I I called one of my friends' names, but he yelled at me very loud. He yelled at me, which caused all of his friends to go against me and started like yelling me, writing me out and stuff, causing caused me to get removed from the Google Meets because of it, and that caused me to make a video about it the next day, and I started blaming two of my friends for it, which led to a stream being made out of me and stuff, and also as a result, I was also there confronted in a Hangouts call, and I was removed from the group where the Hangouts call was added, it wasn't great, and it cost me to make, and that led to me making like two videos about the situation. I had to cancel one of them because it was getting to an overhand, and it wouldn't be necessary to. So back in December, I don't know if it was like December or January, December. We were once on a we were on like on a Google Meet call, talking. We were on a Google Meet call, um, and and we were and we were kind of talking about one of my friends behind her back. So I'm not gonna be saying the users' names, but but here's a hint for you. I'm not gonna be giving out the user's name in this video, but she is the leader of the Spies of Detectives. However, she is the leader of the Spies of Detectives. So that's the only information that I can give out to you. And one of my friends, and then I kind of blurred out one of my friends' secrets on a Google Meet call of her like dating like 8 to 10 boys and stuff. And then that led to me, um, my friend, and two of my friends like talking about her, like having like a very long talk about her for like the past 5 to 10 minutes. For the past 5 to 10 minutes, and one of my friends didn't like how she was dating 8 to 10 boys. So I was saying, why is she dating so many guys? Like she's been dating these much people since 2018. I don't like where this is going. So um I kind of hold this as a grudge. I kind of hold this as a grudge, though. I didn't want to really feel comfortable telling my friend about this though, because I knew how upset she would be. And and two of my friends talking about and like I said, I will not be giving out, and like I said, I will not be giving out her username for the purpose of this video, but I will tell you that she is the leader of of my Spies of Detective series. But we were talking about her, about how she dated like 8 to 10 boys from like 2018 all the way up to 2000, from this point forward. And we were like having like a long talk about the same, like why she did it though, how many boys was she dating and stuff. It was kind of like way too tolerant. And then which led to something that happened 2 months later on February 12th, 2021. I was on one of my friends Victor's live stream. He was doing a Lunar New Year live stream that day, and then I don't know if I was AFK or had my mic unmuted, but I don't know if I was AFK or you know I don't know if I was AFK, and then around 4 hours and around the 4 hour and 26 minute mark, and around the 4 hour and 26 minute mark of the stream, one of my former friends, which I don't want to give out the name of, he asked my friend what was his he asked my friend what was his opinion on this user. Um, so my friend started asking like, what is your opinion on this? What is your opinion on what's her? You know what her name is. I'm not gonna say it because she is the leader of my Spies Detective series. But one of my friends asked, "What's your opinion on yada 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 yada?" And one of my friends said on that StreamYard. However, one of my friends said on that StreamYard that the main reason as to why he doesn't like her, and then one of my friends mentioned on that same stream that the main reason why my friend did not like her is due to the fact that she dated so many guys and stuff. And then they were talking about her for like 5 to 6 minutes. Um, right after, and then that same following day, I went on Discord. I went on Discord, and my friend was still online, and I actually told her about what my friend said about her behind her back on a StreamYard, and she got really upset that she started crying a lot. She got really sent. She started she got very upset, and she started to get extremely sensitive that day, and she was extremely upset at him, and also for the way he was talking about her and stuff. So around 3 or 4 o'clock my time, I think, she was crying a lot, and she got very sensitive because my friend was not supposed to talk about my friend was not supposed to talk about her behind her back on a StreamYard. I do know another friend who does not like when people talk about. I do have another friend that does not like when people talk about her behind her back, but I'm not going to be giving out her username in this video. But just so you know, she got really upset by that though, and she started to get really upset. And then that same day, when one of my friends was still online, like I said, I told her I had no choice but to tell her about what my friend said about her on a StreamYard. And then um, right after that though, one of my friends got really really upset. One of my friends got really really upset. Um, my friend actually got really really upset, and then she started crying a lot, and she got extremely sensitive and everything. And she also told me on DMs that she was shaking a lot because of it. And to be honest though, I did not know that she can get really sent like to be completely honest though, I never I never knew that she gets this upset when people talk about her behind her back. And please note that if one of your friends is sensitive, it's not a good idea to talk about them behind their backs, because that can make them very uncomfortable, that can make them very upset and very sensitive. And that's what happened to one of my friends there. So this occurred back on February 12th. And this occurred like 2 days after my you know what, with my 2 days before my grandma came over and this whole fiasco thing started. But I'm not going to go into full details about it, since I still love my grandma up to this day, and I don't really want to talk about that. But regardless though, um I think, and then right after this happened, um my friend had to apologize to her. Apologize to her. And then and my friend had no choice but to apologize to her. But thankfully she accepted his apology. I did not make a video about this because and I did not make a video about this though because it would cost. Yeah. I did not make a video about this because I would get into a lot of controversy and such if I made a video about that, and my friend will also rat me out in a video or even call me out all over YouTube if I made a video about it. So I had to cancel that video. And but I was originally going to make a video about that, but I had to immediately cancel it because one of my friends, like I said, who is the leader of the Spies of Detectives, would not be okay with me making a video about that. Would not be okay with me making a video about that. And second of all, the user, one of my friends who blocked me on Discord, like I just mentioned earlier in the video, would have called me out all over YouTube, and would also share my video. It would like get me called out on YouTube and also share my video if I made a video about that as well. So I had to cancel that video. Um, I had to cancel that video because of it, and I'm not planning on it will. And also it was also and also I also had to delete one scene. And I also had to delete one scene from and I also had to delete one scene from Boris for Hire of me talking about it though, because it also, for one of the episodes that was for one of the Boris for Hire videos that was released 1 week after that incident happened, I actually had to delete one scene from that video of me talking about it as well. So that's the reason why, if you go to that video right now, if you go to that video right now, you're not going to be hearing me mention about the incident or anything, because I had to completely take it out. Because not only did I have to cancel my video about it though, but I also had to cut out one scene from my Boris for Hire video of me talking about it though. Even though there was an announcement at the end of that Boris for Hire video, but there was one but there was actually one announcement video that never made its way into the video. Um, even though there was an announcement video at the end of that Bourse for Hire video, but one of them, but there was one I had to, but there was an announcement that I had to complete, but there was a scene that I had to completely delete from that video, which was that talk about what happened on February 12th with my friend. And even though there was an announcement at the end of that Bourse for Hire video a couple of days after it happened though, but I had to delete I had to delete one scene from that I had to delete one scene from that video of me talking about the incident that happened on the 12th and stuff, since that would escalate drama, and I didn't want that to happen. Also because I was talking about a completely different topic in that same video. So I had to delete that scene out, including for the Spies Detectives. Also in the Spies Detectives as well, I never made a video. I never, same for the Spies Detectives as well. I never mentioned it in any of my featured videos. I never mentioned about the incident in any of my featured videos, like the Spies Detectives and Bradley. I never mentioned about it in there. Like the Spies Detectives Part 94 and Bradley, I think it was called 30, like 61 at the time, I think. I had to cut out a scene from that video because of it. So if you were asking me where's that scene to that video, well, I'm sorry, but I cannot. I had to cancel it for a reason. So so I know I put, even though I did work on a Bourse for Hire video one day after that incident happened on February 12th, but I had to delete a scene or two from that video because I had to delete a scene or two from that video of me talking about the incident that occurred on the 12th, because that would that would have escalate because that would escalate drama, and at the time, and I didn't want to do that. And I also did not mention it, and I also did not mention it in the next episode of the Spies, Detectives, and Bradley that I released that following weekend, because that would have caused a lot of controversy against me though, and that would have caused me to get called out by either my friend who's the leader of the Spies and Detectives, or my other friend that just blocked me last Wednesday. And I would have gotten a hate base around it if I were to make a video about it. So that video was canceled though. I also made a video addressing about the the only video that I made a video about was addressing about like my grandma and such, but the incident that happened before that, I had to completely cancel that. But the only video I did make back then was a video like complaining about like my grandma and such, but I'm not gonna go into full details about that. But that was the video I had to. But I am releasing a deleted scenes compilation, and when October hits, so I would, so I'm gonna probably include that deleted scene in the video. But regardless though, I'm I'm not it's this is the only video this is the only video that this deleted scene will be shown in, because after this video it will no longer be shown again. So I'm just letting you know. But at the same time, I do want to point things out to you that this was my no point at all. So back in March of 2021, he got confronted by the Holocord and such. Well, I'm not gonna go into full details about it though, because I was confronted by them back in November last year for defending two criminals, which caused me to make a video about it the next day, and also how why I deleted my Discord server because of it. But since I'm kind of okay with the Holocord now, I kind of don't want to address about what happened. But That's what happened. And then when April came into play, there was drama going on against what's his name and a female friend of mine, which led to one of my friends deleting his stream because of it. Even though that wasn't intentionally my fault, that stream was deleted though. But again, I wasn't home at the time, so but um regardless though, I kind of don't want to talk about it. So and then or also during that same month though, obviously I when my crush started taking my friend way too seriously between April and then back in May and the next month in May of 2021, um one of my um one of my friends which was like weeks or days prior. So my friend, which I cannot mention, was like feeling really, which should I say, kind of down, you say, because he was constantly because so which was around May 2021 though. My friend had like a was feeling like depressed. I because he was constantly getting bullied at school and he was telling a lot of his friends about it. But one day, I told him that one of my friends was not caring, that he was depressed and everything. But that caused a lot of controversy against me, and that caused me to get confronted in a Google Meet later on today. And I had my co-leader and because of that though, my friend got really mad at me for that though, and then my friend got extremely mad at me for that. And then I was later I was later confronted later on that day in a Google Meet and had my co-leader role demoted in his server, and that which caused me to make a video about it that a few days later. So and I'm not going to be putting the link to that video for the purpose. I will not be putting the link to that video because of it, and I will not be putting the link to that video if any of you were asking though. That's I'm not trying to cause any drama or anything. Um. So and this was like a few days, and this occurred like a few days before I graduated from high school, before my high school graduation too. So it wasn't great. But I didn't mention about and the worst thing about this is that I was actually this was actually a few days before my high school graduation when this happened, and it wasn't great. But a week later, um so June 2021. June 2021, I would say was kind of a good and bad month, but I'm gonna mention it anyway. So for one of the weekends, so as most of you already know, I was unavailable on Father's Day because I was out spending so I was one day I was spending Father's Day with my godfather, and then one of my friends blocked me on Discord because I told one of my friends about my friend because I told one of my friends about a recent drama that happened against him, and then he also didn't like the fact that I kept on telling his secret to people, and I also told it to one of my really good friends though. So because that he blocked me over it though, and then that caused me to make a video about it and such. And I also had to address it in my next Boris for Hire video as well, which he didn't really like that. I will not be deleting that video though, but I will have to use the YouTube trimming tool to trim that scene out of the video. But regardless though, um, it was bad though, which is why I had to include down the list. And then during that same month, when one of my friends was getting hated, when one of my former friends, which I cannot mention, got uh, hated all over YouTube and Discord for something that he did back in June of 2020, one day after my hate base occurred. Um, a lot of people were saying that he's a criminal, he cannot be trusted. If you trust him, you can just confront him. So And then one day later, I had no choice but to cut ties with him for my own good. And then my friend, who was left alone, decided to support him though. And then around July, he made a video addressing about the his situation, which and then hours later he got confronted. He got called out for supporting a criminal, and then he got confronted by the Hollow Court, then got hated the next day and such. So, and then one of my friends went full rage mode on him because of that, and made a threat to him saying go close your account and such. So it wasn't great though, and I'm glad I did not make a video about this though, because that would have escalated a lot of drama around the time. But that's something that actually happened though. Also, during that same day, my friend also told me that it was my fault that his hate base occurred. And then and then all of you already know that 1 week later after his hate base occurred, I got called out for changing my friend's name in a Discord. During that I already know that 1 week later on July 27th, 2021, which was the day I got my co-leader role demoted by my friend once again, I got called out for changing my friend's name in a Discord server to like sexual names and such, and then I got called out for it, and a lot of people said that I was a criminal for doing that, and I lost like a lot of subscribers for it, and then which cost me to make like a 5 to 10 minute video about it, and then address about it in a Bourse for Hire video as well. So it wasn't great though, and at least that situation got resolved very quickly. Um, but it's and then for the past couple of weeks though, I have been getting blamed by not only my former friend but my other friend for like constantly getting him in trouble for the past couple of months though. And then 17 weeks later, which was back on August 1st, and then when August came into play, um my I also then around when August came into play, which was last month, and then my friend was getting mad at me for constantly getting him in trouble and such. But on August 29th, which was the same day as my friend and my other friend's birthday, he got hated for not only supporting a criminal but for making my friend suicidal and such. But I'm not going to go into full details about it since all of you already know what happened. And then also for manipulating everyone to go after a user and such, which I kind of did last year back in September myself, but I'm not going to go into that as well. But yes, besides the point, it's kind of a dead topic now because that already got resolved. And regardless though, it was too much for me to handle though, and I'm glad this situation is resolved. But this is crazy, honestly. But and honestly, it's my friend got a hate base for it. Because of that though, my friend got a hate base for it, and then he lost over like 100 subscribers the very next day for it and everything, caused me to make a video about it. I did not go into that much details about what happened though, since most of this was my fault anyways that this happened. So, and I didn't make a video about this though, since most of this was my fault that this happened. But I'm not gonna mention more about it because it's not worth it. It's not worth anyone's time, to be honest. Um, and this is like way too much. And I want to point this out to you. Yeah, well, technically it's bad because you don't know what's gonna happen. And this is like the first time. And then he also since and he said that my friend said it's also my fault that he got a hate base in July and in August for that. And then I didn't find out until next and then I believe it was like a week or two ago. I did, and yes, I did mention I believe like a week or two ago, which I addressed in one of my Boris for Hire videos. I almost got him called out by one of my other friends for thinking that she is a sock puppet made by another user. But like I said in my last video, I'm not gonna go into full details about that. Um, and then she cut ties with him until she found out the truth from him and everything, and then he got fed up of it and everything, and then for the past couple of weeks, um, it hasn't been great. But this happened like a week or two ago. But like I said, I'm not gonna mention more about it though because it's already pretty much a dead. It's not a dead topic because it happened though, but this all started because of a community post I woke up to this morning, which my friend kind of agreed to, and I thought that but I'm not gonna mention more about it though because it's pretty much dead. But going into next week, and this is this is like too much, and this is like too much. And then this occurred like a week or this cost me to make like two videos about it though, but I'm not gonna really go into that though. But and then that was actually happened though. So and then also um this has been going on for like over a year though. Like one of the reasons I constantly kept getting him in trouble and everything, and then it wasn't until like 1 week later, I believe it was last Wednesday, like the moment I woke up. And the moment I woke up that same morning, I received 14 messages from him saying he told me this is your fault for everything that's happened to me. You made my life and reputation worse on Go Animates. I never want to speak to you again. You know how much pain I've encountered because of you. You're the reason why I'm so emotional. You're the reason why have what's on my Discord DM says. I've lost so many who've used to trust me in the past. Goodbye, my name. Honestly, Jesus Christ, I don't know what to say. But honestly though, that it is partially my fault. It is partially my fault he got that hate base last month because I messed around going around and telling that he was supporting a criminal. But regardless though, that's one of the reasons why I had to make this video. And this is also going to be addressed in my Boris for Hire video as well, but which is that's not gonna be out until later on. But that's besides the point. But it's not gonna be out until later on in the week, so I'm not gonna mention more about it. But besides the point, I'm not. But besides the point, though, it was partially my fault. He got hated and such. So, and to be honest, though, um, this this even though this did. And it's also my fault that one of my friends got really upset at him for like talking about him on his StreamYard and such, but which cost and like I said, there was supposed to be a video about it, but for controversial but due to controversy I had to cancel that video for controversial reasons. I don't And like I said, there was originally supposed to be a video about this, but for but for, but for safety, but I had to cancel that video along with and then scrap some scenes out of Boris for Hire and the Spies, Detectives, and Bradley of me mentioning about it because my friend would have called me out then if I were to make a video about it. So that was something I totally forgot to bring up, though. I wait until now to bring mention this, but that's what basically happened, though, and that's the reason why he's not going. My friend is not going to forgive me for what he did. So, and like I said before, though, several episodes will be canceled. Right after I release the final episode, like, and he's gonna have to be killed, and he's gonna have to be scrapped out of part 3 as well. So because of this, though, several episodes featuring him will be canceled. He's no longer going to be in Boris for Hire, as well as Bradley. And after the Singapore mission, you're not going to be seeing him. Um, after the Singapore edition of the Spies and Detectives wraps up, and right after I release my Halloween edition of the Spies and Detectives, which is going to be released on Halloween. There's gonna be an episode where him and his crush gets replaced with one of my friend's girlfriend and another user who really wants to be in the series. He's gonna be replaced by another friend of mine and one of my friend's girlfriend, which I'm not gonna go in, but um and then I also made a promise that I was gonna add Josh in this my friend Josh in this series, but due to recent drama with him, I'm gonna have to wait until late November to do that. But I'll get into that in another video because this video's reached over 35 minutes though, and I need to wrap this up. So and then later on that day, and honestly later on that day, which was last Wednesday, um uh and right after my friend blocked me, though, one of my friend had a. I told one of my friends about it though, but she got really pissed at me because I told one of my friends about it though, but she later got very pissed at me because she did not like the fact that I keep on texting her repeatedly and how I kept on using her for drama and such, and how I keep screenshotting her drama that's going on in the community and such, and which led to her almost blocking me for it. I'm not going to go into full details about it because of an incident that occurred on Kwanzaa, which led to me canceling one video because of it. But I did have to talk to her and try to get her to calm down a little bit because she was getting very frustrated and angry at me. But regardless, though, I do deeply apologize for that, though, and you I'm not saying you should. I'm not forcing you to accept my apology. I'm just saying because I still need I still need time to improve. But regardless, though, it's not necessary to make a video about, right. And I did and like I said earlier in the video, I will be including a deleted scene. And like I said earlier in the video, I will be including a deleted scene. Well, like I said earlier in the video, I will be including a deleted scene of me talking about that February 12th incident, but I'm not gonna be including a deleted scene. But I'm not gonna be including a deleted scene to where I mentioned about to of what to where I mentioned about the incident that occurred on Kwanzaa. And I forgot to mention this too, but I was originally going to make a video about what happened on Kwanzaa when my friend yelled at me for giving out personal reasons and such, but I had to cancel that video though, and I actually had to scrap it out of and I also had to scrap it out of my newest episode of the Spies and Detectives as a result of that. But I'm not going to. I also had to scrap it out of. I also had to scrap. I also had to remove one scene out of the Spies and Detectives of me mentioning about it as well. And if you don't know what episode I'm talking about the episode I'm referring to is that part 85 where is that episode is part 85 where Strawberry Nathan and this was actually the same episode where was forced to go with Taylor for what he said about Taylor Jogger about him going with Taylor and such. and this was when Strawberry Nathan, everyone was like sitting down watching the New Year's countdown, and then Nathan made a remark about Taylor and such, and he got himself in a lot of trouble for it. But that was the video I was originally going to talk about this on, but due to several reasons, I had to cancel that. I had to delete that scene and just leave it with the end credits and my outro. But this is like the only video I'm going to be talking about this though. I'm not going to be talking about any other video coming out on this channel. So I'm just letting you know that that was my main intention, is to make a video about it. But since due to what happened in February this year, I'm not that's another reason why I'm not going to be that's another reason why I did not make a video about it. But as of right now, I'm going to release the new episode of The Spies and Detectives now, and then get my mind off what actually happened though. And even though I did lose a trusted friend of mine, even though I did lose a very trusted friend of mine that I had like friends with for over a year ago, but I do have other friends and other users who still support me to this day. So at least that's better though. But however, though, they're disappointed at me as well, because they are disappointed at me as well because of this though, and I'd rather not discuss about it further. But regardless though, I'm not gonna distress about it though, because it's pretty much a dead topic, and this is like the second video I'm making about, but it's whatever. But yeah, so and I was originally going to be making a video about like one of my friends yelling at me on the 26th for that whole incident that occurred on Christmas, but because of what happened back in February, because of the incident that happened back in February, I had to because of what happened back in February this year, I had to cancel that video. Um, and I also had to scrap it out. And I also had to scrap and I also had to delete one scene out of The Spies Detectives Part 85 of me talking about it though. But I will not be no, I will not be including it in my no, I will not be including it in my deleted videos compilation that I'm going to be releasing. So please do not ask about that, please. So anyways though, I guess I have everything else to say though, but honestly, I didn't, but I wouldn't have lost my trusted friend if I like got him called out a lot of times and got him in trouble by several users and stuff. And honestly, I honestly regret doing that though. I just didn't like what he was doing though, and considering the fact that I kept on telling people his secret and stuff about what we personally talk about though, that's one of the reasons why he blocked me too. But besides the point though, I'm going to be closing up this video for now though, and towards the end of this year though, I'm gonna have to make some strict changes to who's gonna be the leader for the Spies and Detectives next year. Um, but I'm not gonna but I'm gonna have to make some strict changes to who I'm gonna be making the leader next year for the Spies and Detectives and such. But I'll address that in December. I'm not gonna address about that now. But besides the point though, this is me signing off.